Hi, it's Laura at Aquamarine 18 Tarot and Books. Thanks for stopping by my channel today. I am here with an unboxing. I haven't filmed an unboxing in quite some time, but I figured since a long-awaited deck, the My Friend Fire Oracle, has arrived, and a couple of tarot friends have asked me what I think of it so far. I thought, why not share my initial thoughts? Normally when I get a deck, I do kind of unbox in a bit of a kind of ritualized, for lack of better language, way myself. I'll kind of sit on the sofa and go through each card one by one and kind of formulate impressions. And so that's what I'm going to do here, just in a shared way. Probably with some life updates along the way. I'm really happy that this came this week. So it came, I think, 2 days ago, and I've taken off the shipping box, obviously, to make sure that it was okay, you know, from the shipping process and that, but I haven't had a chance to open it. But I'm glad it came. It is a deck that the subtitle for the deck is a deck for company while tending your inner flame. And I really like this. And I like the timing because I feel like this is something that I've kind of been doing. I've been on a mental health leave from work for a number of weeks, and this is the last week. I am going back on Monday. And so this arriving just feels like a nice, you know, treat at the end of that time. So I do have here as well my Gentle Tarot. I know that there was multiple versions of the My Friend Fire in terms of kind of cardstock and that, and I picked the one to go with the version of the tarot that I have the best. So I don't remember what all of the options were called, but it's the matte version. Yeah, so I would like to see what they look like together, I think, as well. But for the time being, this is an unboxing. So this is a 60 card deck, as many of you probably already know, because I'm far from the first person to make an unboxing video of this deck. I watched a little bit of my friends the other day, but then I stopped because I was like, mine is on the way. I don't want to spoil it for myself. Yeah, 60 cards, hand illustrated, with a guidebook, and the back of the box says that the details were chosen with mental health and well-being in mind, which is a thing that I really appreciate right now. So I'm looking forward to this. It's a bit of a funny time insofar as I associate the element of fire with the summer, and where I live, we're moving into winter. It's still obviously autumn until the winter solstice, but there is snow on the ground. So maybe this will be a good warm-up, you know. There's a guidebook inside the box, and there are some spreads on the back of the book, which I will think about later. So there's an introduction in the guidebook, an opening intention, and then it goes straight into the card meanings. Oh, at the back, that probably is suit. It says sweet. Reference key here. So there's a structure to this deck. Beginnings, listening, nourishment, expansion, reflection, transformation, and infinite potential, and some bonus cards are the ones that are listed there. And each card has a picture in full color and a page of description. I will say something that I appreciate right off the bat with this book is that the font is not The font is not unreadably small. With a book that's tarot deck sized, you never know. I feel like some of them are, you know, need a magnifying glass to get that out, but this one is good. I would say that this is like size 13 font, maybe, in a kind of sans serif, very easy to read. So I like that. I'm not sure how well this will pick up on camera, but also you can kind of see, because of the guidebook entries having the kind of soot-coated color as a frame, you get this kind of effect of the edges of the book pages being colored. Like, they're not, but it, I think, will make it easy to find cards in the book, which is a nice touch because there is no there's no table of contents, but the cards are numbered. Some of the cards are numbered. The top card that I'm staring at does not have a number on it, but I saw numbers in the book, so that should be good. The inside of the box is beautiful. Love it. There's metallic as well. I don't know how well that... Yeah, there we go. Metallic always feels fancy. And the edges of the box have that color gradient as well, which is a really cool tie-in. Like, it feels very cohesive and thought out. So, okay. The back has a little bit of gilding on it, like metallic foil stamping, I guess. Stamping, something like that. The gilding is matte, but also sparkly. I like this. I'm gonna get out the tarot deck for comparison's sake. Okay. The tarot, the book is a lot bigger, but I do like that the oracle just fits in the box. The tarot has this business on the side, which is not the worst. It keeps the deck in place, I guess, but it's not my favorite. But yeah, I like this. Works. Okay, the gilding on the tarot and the oracle are similar but not the same. They're similar colors. They're definitely the same kind of texture, I would say. The tarot feels more gold, like yellow gold, and this feels more like slightly brownish gold color, but they're similar. Like, I think if I shuffled them together, I probably wouldn't notice which ones were which. I don't plan to do that. Use them together for sure, shuffle them together, no. The cardstocks are similar, and the sizes are similar, so I'm trying to get the best view here. Okay. The oracle seems to be very slightly smaller. That's not going to pick up very well. It's really close, though. It's really, really close. That cardstock may be the same. It's very close. Anyway, I'm getting mixed up here. Okay. I feel rusty. Yeah, it's been a while since I filmed something like this, and it's been like very sporadic filming lately. And I almost didn't film this because I was kind of getting a bit frustrated trying to find a spot in my house that wasn't here with lighting that felt like it wouldn't totally kind of not show the nice colors of this deck. And I was getting a bit frustrated, but I feel like, you know, things like that are ultimately not, I don't want to say they're not important. Like, showing the colors of the deck is obviously important, but I'm trying to not let those kinds of things be barriers like self-imposed barriers to me doing a thing that I want to do, if that makes sense. So I'm going to film sometimes if the lighting is weird. That's what I'm saying, right? Because if I don't film when the lighting is weird, then I'm not going to film at all. That's something. Okay. I really like the backs and the gilding together. Beautiful. Silence. These have to be bonus cards. These have to be bonus cards because they don't have the numbers and the rest of the cards have the numbers. Okay. So if you fan out the cards without peeking ahead, if you fan out the cards, you can see the borders being different colors. I like that. I like it, I like it. Silence. The colors are beautiful. Really beautiful. Song. We have lots of chickadees in our yard, and my neighbor has a chickadee house, and the chickadees nest in there, and he set up a camera on a stick outside last summer a couple of times and filmed for extended period of times to film the baby chickadees coming out, and it was really nice. Baby chickadees look a lot like adult chickadees. It turns out I didn't know how similar they looked, but they do. Song. I like that the color palettes of silence and song are so different. I think that that's interesting. Steady. That is beautiful. And some of my favorite colors. Greens in there. Stoke. Like stoking a fire. Almost looks like a flower when you turn it. Create. Really beautiful. Okay. And then we're into the numbered cards. So the numbered cards go from, are they continuously numbered? It looks like 0 to 50 and another at the end. Okay. I'm just going to ramble as I do. Going through. I really like this so far. Open, clear beginning. I want to read the book to see what this says. A beginning full of possibility. Wrapped in color, you are being offered a clear space to begin again. It doesn't demand, it invites. As natural as the pull of the tides, you are given this invitation to listen, to reflect, to dream, to ask, to trust. To step forward without needing to see the whole path. You don't need all of the answers, just the courage to open and begin. So that's a bit of a fool sensibility. Open, clear beginning is interesting. As opposed to just beginning. Open and clear. Pause. The colors are really vibrant in ways that the camera is probably not doing justice to. Really, really beautiful. Listening. Within and without. I really like how Mari draws people. I really like this kind of outlines kind of people. And I love, like, there is so much love in this deck. Even in the color kind of suits, I guess we'll say, there's kind of a gradient of colors, right? So the greens are not all the same. And that is even indicated here with these kind of spectra, which is cool. Path of Ease. Eagle's View. So there's kind of pockets of, there's like pockets of night sky in there, which is interesting. Oh, that's beautiful. Submerge. My Friend Fear. There's little characters there. I wonder what it says in the book about this. Fears as teachers. Fears can be passed down from previous generations. Okay. Yeah, think of, like, My Friend Fear, I think of like a survival mechanism. You know, that's important. Seeds and Sprouts. The colors are so good. The colors are so good. My Beautiful Innocent Heart. I like that for this card that the animal that was chosen is a prickly on the outside. Porcupine. I like it. The Fire is Calling. Trust. Showing the exposed belly as trust. And if you live with cats, you know that's true. Fill your cup. Fill your cup has been a conceptual struggle for me lately, I will say. It is something that my therapist says. Uses the language of cup filling, and it's not, how do I want to say this? It's not language that I necessarily naturally gravitate towards using myself. I don't have like any kind of deep reason for that or like objections per se. It's just not necessarily a way that I think about things, but I have been thinking about things as I've been taking this time and, you know, am in therapy more than I have been for the last little while during that time. And this Fill Your Cup I feel like is nature connection, but also maybe dancing. And there's some like bisexual pride flag vibes in the scarf. Like that's what my mind thinks about. So I like that. I like that a lot. We have double cards. Play as Medicine, which I love. And there are 2. Options. And I guess with an Oracle deck, I feel like you could really leave both in. I don't tend to, with this kind of Oracle, I don't tend to draw kind of massive spreads. And I mean, even if you did get the same keyword twice in a reading, maybe that's just extra emphasis. I would be almost inclined to leave them both in. Breathe. Sending and Receiving. This is the image from the inside of the box. Ecosystem. I like that the non-human animals in this deck feel like they're relating to the people in some of the cards. You know, they have relationships, but they're not like anthropomorphized. They're not made humanoid by depicting those relationships. I think that's really, really good. My Body, My Earth. I very much want to read the guidebook. I like how many rainbows there are. I like how many rainbows there are in this deck. That makes me feel happy. Roots. I like how something about this kind of art style in this particular card I feel like is emphasizing the person having roots as well as the trees having roots and all of these things being connected in a really beautiful way. Obviously as a druid I approve of hugging a tree in this way. I have definitely been known to do that. Fluid Stream. Free to Be. I love that. Fire Within. Is he a badger, maybe? We have badgers where I live. It does not say. Here's another Fire Within. I feel like so far in the cards where there's multiple, one of them has been a human and one of them has been a non-human animal. I like the colors in both of those very much. Both stay in. Deep Rest. I have been aspiring to get a little bit of deep rest with mixed success. That's beautiful. It has almost a little bit of like Northern Lights kind of feel with the colors. Like it's not depicting that in an explicit way, but it feels like that. Detach. One heartbeat. There's like a person here too. That's like the heartbeat of the earth, I think. Joy is essential. I really like that. I feel like this deck reads as kind of affirming and positive and encouraging, but it doesn't read as that like sweet in a really cheesy way that an affirmation deck can. Like it doesn't read quite like an affirmation deck to me, but I think that as someone who doesn't tend to gravitate towards those kind of decks, this would be maybe something that I would use in place of that. Perfectly in place. Otters holding hands. First step. I'm pretty sure, yeah. There is a cat there, but there's also a tiny copy of the Gentle Tarot down there in the corner, which makes me think of doing a kind of card of the day or reading of the day in the morning. And, you know, that is something that I've been doing for quite some time now, very consistently. Daily reading in the morning. And then there's that moment of, okay, that morning kind of ritual is done. And now there's this kind of, it is kind of like a first step. You're getting up from the table and going on about the day. Obviously, I've been like up and around before that, getting a coffee, that's first. But really going out to kind of have the day after that. I like that because my reading in the morning is one of the first things after my sphere of protection and checking in with, you know, the nature neighbors and my weather station, and that the cards of the day is one of the first things that I do. Connection. I will say, I feel like going through these cards so far, I've gone through several kind of color, like suits, we'll say suits. And I haven't gotten a good feel for how those suits are differentiated yet, but I think that, you know, is just a matter of the deck being new to me. Receive. I like that there's a receive card separate from sending and receiving, because I feel like those could be quite different sentiments in a reading. Dream. With Fiddlehead Ferns, one of my favorites. Life energy. I like this seal, just kind of inserting themselves into this moment that's happening here. That something about that is funny to me, in a good way. I like that. Silent tethers. That I'm going to need to read the guidebook for. Because I feel like that, yeah. I could read that in quite heavy ways, we'll say. But also potentially not. Interesting. Seeing clearly. Okay, here we do. The most anthropomorphic so far. Ethereal backpack. What is ethereal backpack about? Guidebook. Is a lemming. So some of them do say which animal it is. The ethereal backpack represents the unseen things you carry with you. Moments of wonder, bliss, the harder times too. Any energetic moment that has inspired deep feeling in your heart. Little Lemming is presenting you with a moment to check in. That is special. I like that. Vocalization. I am my own home first. Stop. The fact that it's an octopus on the stop card is giving me thoughts in like reference to like a lot of touching. Stop kind of away. I'm going to think about that. My choosing. Take back your power. The divine in me says. I like that as like a pantheist with animist tendencies. Like I like that phrasing for sure. Put it down. It's like carrying the weight of the world. Put it down. Sorry if there was just a bunch of noise. I'm fairly sure that the sidewalk snowplow just went by. It was loud for me. I hope it wasn't loud for you. Allow. Some of these I'm going to have to sit with for sure. Deep cry. Can be very cathartic. Channel. Rage. I also like that with the imagery in this deck, like inevitably, obviously, as it has been for me, particular things are going to bring up particular ideas depending on you as a reader, or me as a reader. But this kind of nature imagery I feel like can, support presenting things in a pretty neutral way. Like here, I don't think rage is presented as negative here. I might think of rage as negative, but rage, rage is very often warranted and important to listen to. And so I like that this is, open to that kind of interpretation. There's another rage. Of these two, I think I like the first one better. Just because I think I like that there's not a person. And this one has eyes in it. Pieces are okay. Oh, that's beautiful. Now there's a whole bunch of sirens. I don't know what's going on. Protection. It's really beautiful. Truth. We have red-winged blackbirds where I live as well. Rise. Burn. And timeless. That's really beautiful. Okay, so that is my friend Fire. I'm happy. I'm happy. It's really beautiful. The colors are really good. The colors are really good. I shouldn't keep saying that like I'm surprised that they're really good. The colors in Gentle Terror are beautiful too. My friend Fire is brighter, I would say, comparing the two. Where Gentle Terror feels, maybe overall, a little bit more kind of earthy, muted, but not by far. Not by far. And not across the board. But they feel like, I mean, obviously they go together. They're, part of a deck family. These will... My Gentle Terror is not in order. Yeah, these are great. I'm so happy. It feels like so long ago that I had backed this deck, and I don't say that as like a complaint, really, just a description. I always know, like, I feel like with Kickstarters, you always know that things are going to be later, and I'm not one to be particularly bothered or complain about that. I never expect things to be on time. Like, I'm not often on time with lots of things. So, but it feels like exciting in a way, because obviously I looked at the images and I looked at the kind of plan for the deck at the time when I backed it, and then I kind of just, okay, I've backed it. That'll come when it comes. And I haven't looked at it much since, since I had backed it, because I knew obviously it was going to come. And so it feels very new and fresh to me. Like I'm seeing it for the first time, even though I know that I'm not, because there have been, obviously, artwork has been shared, or there've been, pictures of the cards on the campaign and then updates and all these things. So I'm not seeing, much of this for the first time, but it feels very happy and exciting to see it all here in my hands now. So I think this one will be going on my table. If not today, then very soon. I just swapped out my decks on my table a couple of days ago on December 1st. I don't do that as a first of the month thing, like by default or anything. It just happened to work out that way. And actually, I could see putting this with, I have a water droplet themed oracle on my my table right now, and I wonder if maybe the fire oracle and the water oracle together would be a cool thing to try. Very happy. Very happy. Thank you, Mari, for sharing your art with us. I'm excited. I thank you for watching. If you got this far, oh my goodness. I can ramble. You saw how long the video was. Thank you for watching. And let me know in the comments, did you back this deck? Did you get this deck? Are you working with this deck? I believe that the international orders might have come out first, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure how many people have their decks so far, if they're just kind of rolling in. But let me know. Let me know if you have it, how you're finding it. You know, if you've paired it with the Gentle Tarot or anything else so far. I would love to hear how the deck is working for you. And I will see you again soon. Bye.